Beloved friends, I want to share with you today the power of calling. There is something supernatural, something unshakable, something unstoppable about the power of a spoken word that comes from faith. You see, success is not an accident. Success is not luck. Success does not stumble into your life. Success is summoned. It is called forth. It is commanded by a heart that believes and a tongue that speaks in alignment with that belief. When I say, I called for success and it came running, I am not exaggerating. I am describing the reality of how life, destiny, and even the unseen respond to faith-filled declarations. Success does not walk, success runs to the one who knows how to call it. The world teaches us to chase after success, run after opportunities, beg for open doors, struggle for recognition. But there is a higher way. When you understand who you are, when you understand the authority within your voice, when you understand that heaven and earth respond to the language of faith, then you don't have to run after success. You call it and it runs after you. Success is not only money. Success is not only position. Success is wholeness, peace, joy, favor, provision, opportunities, restoration. Success is the fullness of life. And this fullness responds to your call when your call is backed by unwavering belief. When I was younger, I thought success came by striving, by pushing, by competing with others. But I discovered that true success is spiritual before it ever becomes material. True success is born in the invisible realm before it manifests in the visible. That means your words are not empty, they are seeds. Every time you speak with conviction, every time you call forth your future, every time you declare what you believe, you are planting seeds that must grow and manifest. Think of a farmer. He does not stand in the field and hope the ground gives him a harvest without planting. No, he sows seeds. And then he calls forth the harvest with expectation. In the same way, your faith-filled words are your seeds, and your expectation is the rain that waters them. Call for success and it must come, not crawling, not delaying, but running. Some of you here have been silent. You have allowed your circumstances to speak louder than your faith. You have let failure define your vocabulary. You have repeated the words of defeat more than the words of victory. And so you wonder why success feels so far away. My friends, today is the day to change your language. Today is the day to stand with boldness and say, success, I call you. Favor, I call you. Abundance, breakthrough, I call you. Healing, I call you. And watch as they come running. Do not say, I am weak. Say, I am strong. Do not say, I am poor. Say, I am blessed. Do not say, I cannot. Say, I can do all things. Do not say, it is impossible. Say, with God all things are possible. Your tongue is the steering wheel of your destiny. If you turn it toward defeat, defeat will come running. If you turn it toward success, success will come running. And let me tell you, success has ears. It recognizes the voice of faith. Success is waiting for someone bold enough to summon it. The question is, will you open your mouth? Will you dare to speak? Will you dare to believe that what you call will come? My life is a testimony that when you call for success, not with doubt, not with fear, but with authority and faith, it cannot resist you. It will run. It will pursue you. It will overtake you. And soon you will stand amazed, not because you chased after success, but because success chased after you. Success is not chased. It is called forth by faith-filled words and unwavering belief. This is a truth that separates those who spend their lives striving in endless circles from those who rise into a life of fulfillment and victory. When you understand that success is not something you must beg for, not something you must run after in exhaustion, but something you can summon into your life, you step into a higher dimension of living. Many people misunderstand the nature of success because they think it is earned only by human effort, hard work, or connections. They believe that success belongs to those born with privilege or those who work harder than everyone else. But there is a deeper reality. Success is spiritual before it is material. The unseen realm governs the seen realm, and those who know how to call forth what is unseen with faith will always see it manifest in their lives in ways that others cannot explain. When I speak of calling forth success, I do not mean empty wishes or casual hopes. I am speaking of words spoken with authority, words soaked in conviction, words that carry the weight of belief. There is a difference between speaking out of fear and speaking out of faith. Fearful words push success further away, but faith-filled words pull success closer until it comes running. Imagine a shepherd calling his sheep. The sheep know his voice and respond to it. In the same way, success knows the voice of faith. When you speak from a heart that believes without wavering, success hears you and responds like a faithful servant running to fulfill the call. Too many people live their lives as beggars when they are meant to be commanders. They pray timidly, they speak hesitantly, they confess their dreams with doubt, and they wonder why nothing changes. They are chasing success with fear instead of calling success with faith. Chasing will always leave you tired, but calling will always draw it near. When you chase something, it often runs away, but when you call something with authority, it comes toward you. That is why those who learn the secret of faith-filled words rise above the struggles that consume others. They know how to speak to their future, how to declare their destiny, and how to summon what belongs to them. Faith is not passive, faith is active. Faith is not silent, faith speaks. Faith is not hidden, faith is declared. When you open your mouth and say, "Success, I call you into my life," you are not speaking into the air. You are aligning yourself with a law that cannot be broken. Words create worlds. The universe was formed by words. Destinies are shaped by words. And lives are transformed by words. If your words are filled with faith, you will call forth success. If your words are filled with doubt, you will repel it. That is why it is not enough to work hard. It is not enough to dream big. It is not enough to make plans. Unless your words align with your faith, your life will remain stuck in cycles of striving. Consider this: when you chase after something, you admit it is far from you. But when you call it forth, you acknowledge it is already yours and only needs to manifest. This is the difference between the person who constantly says, "I hope someday I will succeed," and the person who declares, "I am successful, I am favored, I am blessed." One is always chasing while the other is calling. One delays success into the future, while the other pulls success into the present. This is not arrogance, this is the authority of faith. The moment you understand this, your language changes. You stop begging and start commanding. You stop doubting and start declaring. You stop running after things and start attracting them. Faith-filled words are not casual repetition. They are birthed out of a conviction deep inside your spirit. They are the language of certainty. When you speak them, they carry power because they come from a place of belief that refuses to be shaken. That is why success runs to those who call it this way. It is not the volume of the words, not the eloquence, not the length, but the substance of faith within them that compels success to respond. There are countless stories of men and women who shifted their entire destiny, not because they chased harder, but because they spoke differently. They dared to call success when others were too afraid. They declared abundance when everything around them screamed lack. They spoke victory when defeat was all they could see. And what happened? Success could not resist their call. It came running, and soon their lives became testimonies of what faith-filled words can do. Every time you open your mouth, you are either chasing or calling. If you say, "I can't make it, I will always fail, nothing works out for me," you are chasing with fear and success will flee from you. But if you say, "I am called to succeed, I am destined for greatness, everything I touch prospers," you are calling with faith and success must run toward you. The law of faith demands it. The unseen realm hears and obeys. Circumstances shift, doors open, opportunities appear, and favor finds you, not because you chased it down, but because you summoned it. This is why it is critical to guard your mouth. Never allow your tongue to speak failure. Never let your lips confess defeat. Even when the evidence around you seems dark, even when your situation feels impossible, keep speaking faith-filled words. Say what you believe, not what you see. Call forth success and refuse to chase it. Success is attracted to the voice of faith like iron to a magnet. It cannot resist, it cannot delay, it cannot ignore the authority of belief declared with confidence. So many people live exhausted lives because they run after what they should be calling. They spend their strength chasing opportunities, recognition, and wealth, but they never stop to realize that their words are the real key. If only they would change their language, if only they would align their mouth with their faith, if only they would declare what they desire instead of what they fear, success would begin to pursue them instead of the other way around. The greatest victories are not won by those who chase, but by those who call. Success does not belong to the fastest runner or the strongest competitor. It belongs to the one who knows how to speak in faith. That is why you must stop striving and start declaring. Stop running in circles and start commanding your future. Speak with authority, believe with certainty, and watch as success answers your call, not slowly, not reluctantly, but running with speed to meet you where you are. Your tongue is the steering wheel of your destiny. What you declare consistently, you will attract. This truth is undeniable and unshakable because life itself responds to the words you speak. Words are not meaningless sounds drifting into the air. Words are forces, carriers of power, containers of destiny. Just as a steering wheel directs a vehicle toward a destination, your words direct your life towards success or failure, abundance or lack, victory or defeat. Every time you open your mouth, you are steering. The problem is many do not realize this, so they keep turning the wheel of their lives toward destruction without even knowing it. They say, "I'm not good enough, I will never succeed, my life will never change." And then they are surprised when they end up exactly where their words have been leading them. What you declare consistently builds the framework of your reality. Consistency is key. A single declaration has power, but repeated declarations carve paths in the unseen realm until they manifest in the visible. If you say again and again, "I cannot afford this, I am always sick, opportunities never come to me," then you are aligning your destiny with those declarations. On the other hand, if you say again and again, "I am blessed, I am strong, success belongs to me, doors are opening for me," then you align your destiny with success, health, and abundance. Your life bends in the direction of your words. Think of the way a ship is guided by a rudder. The rudder is small compared to the size of the ship, but it determines where the entire vessel will go. Your tongue works in the same way. It may seem small compared to the rest of your life, but it holds the authority to shift the course of your future. A slight turn in the wrong direction may not look dangerous at first, but if you keep declaring negativity consistently, you steer yourself far away from success. The opposite is true as well. A consistent turn toward faith-filled words may not show results immediately, but over time it takes you into a new destiny full of victory. The key is not occasional positive speech, but consistent declarations. Anyone can say something encouraging once or twice, but those who build their lives on the discipline of speaking life every day are the ones who see success attracted to them. Life responds to repetition. Just as water wears away a stone drop by drop, so do your repeated words carve the shape of your future. That is why it is not enough to say, "I am successful" once. You must keep saying it until your environment, your circumstances, and your reality align with it. Your words are also magnets. They attract what you confess. If you declare lack, lack is pulled into your life. If you declare abundance, abundance is drawn toward you. If you declare failure, failure looks for you. If you declare victory, victory hunts you down. The atmosphere around you listens to your words, and your life begins to reflect what you have been consistently saying. This is why people often live in cycles of what they fear. They speak their fears so often that their fears become their reality. But those who understand the authority of their words learn to break those cycles by declaring what they want to see, not what they are afraid of. There is also a supernatural law at work here. Words are seeds, and seeds never remain as they are. They grow into harvests. If you sow words of doubt, you will reap a harvest of defeat. If you sow words of confidence and faith, you will reap a harvest of success. This is not mere motivation. This is a principle as sure as gravity. Just as a farmer never questions whether his planted seeds will produce something, you must never question whether your words will produce results. They will. The only question is what kind of words you are planting daily. Many people sabotage their own destiny by careless speech. They joke about failure. They speak lightly about poverty. They curse themselves without realizing it, and then they wonder why success seems far from them. If they only understood that every word is a direction, every sentence a steering, they would guard their tongue more carefully. The wise do not speak everything they feel. The wise discipline their tongue to align with their vision. Even in the darkest situations, they declare light. Even in the hardest times, they declare breakthrough. They know that the tongue has power, and they use it to steer their destiny towards success. When you look at the lives of people who consistently succeed, you will notice that their language is different. They don't constantly talk about limitations, they talk about possibilities. They don't dwell on defeat, they focus on victory. They don't magnify obstacles, they magnify opportunities. This is not because they are blind to reality, but because they understand the power of consistent declarations. They choose to speak what they want to attract, not what they want to avoid. And as they do, their words shape their reality until success becomes inevitable. Your destiny is waiting for your tongue to lead it. You may have dreams, goals, and visions, but if your words are not aligned with them, they will remain distant. It is like having a car full of fuel, but steering it in the wrong direction. You will never arrive where you intended. Dreams are the fuel, but your words are the steering wheel. Without the right direction, the fuel of your dreams is wasted. That is why so many people live frustrated lives. They dream big but speak small. They desire success but declare failure. They expect abundance but confess lack. They want health but constantly talk about sickness. Their tongue betrays their destiny. Imagine what would happen if you reversed this pattern. Imagine if every day, no matter what you felt, you spoke only what aligned with success. Imagine if you said, I am favored, I am wise, I attract the right people, I am blessed in everything I do, not once, not occasionally, but consistently, until it became your natural language. Over time, you would notice a shift. Opportunities would come, favor would follow, and success would be drawn to you because your tongue has been steering you into that reality all along. The steering wheel does not move itself. You must take control of it. The same is true for your tongue. If you leave your words uncontrolled, your life will drift aimlessly or crash into defeat. But if you take deliberate control, choosing words of faith, hope, and success, you will drive your destiny into greatness. No one else can steer it for you. Your parents, your friends, your mentors can encourage you, but ultimately, your tongue is in your own mouth. You decide what direction to take. When you realize this, you stop blaming others for where your life has gone. You stop saying, they held me back, they didn't support me, they ruined my chances. Instead, you recognize that the true steering wheel has always been in your hands. And the moment you align your declarations with your vision, you set yourself on a course that nothing can derail. Even obstacles cannot stop a destiny that is consistently steered by faith-filled words. They may slow you down, but they cannot keep you from arriving where your tongue has directed you. Your tongue is not a small part of your life. It is the driver of your life. Every sentence, every declaration, every confession is a turn of the wheel. Keep turning toward defeat, and you will arrive there. Keep turning toward success, and you will arrive there as well. The choice is always in your words. What you declare consistently, you will attract, and what you attract will define your destiny. Success responds to the voice of authority. When spoken with conviction, it runs to meet you. There is a difference between casual speech and authoritative speech. Casual speech flows from the surface of the mind, but authoritative speech flows from the depth of belief. Authority is not about volume, it is about conviction. A whisper spoken with absolute certainty carries more weight than a shout filled with doubt. When you speak with authority, you are not begging for success, you are commanding it. And success knows how to obey such a voice. Success is not drawn to hesitation. It is not attracted to uncertainty. It is not compelled by weak declarations. Success recognizes when someone speaks as one who truly believes. The voice of authority carries a tone that says, "This is settled, this is mine, this is certain." Success runs to meet that voice because it hears in it the language of destiny. People who hesitate in their speech, who mix their declarations with doubt, repel success without realizing it. They speak in one moment and cancel their own words in the next, never holding steady in their convictions. But those who speak with unwavering authority create an atmosphere where success has no choice but to manifest. Consider how a commander addresses an army. He does not plead with his soldiers. He does not ask timidly. He gives a command with authority, and the army moves. In the same way, when you speak with conviction, the unseen forces of life respond. Circumstances shift, doors open, and opportunities align, not because you begged, but because you spoke with the authority of one who believes. The voice of authority is recognized not only by people, but also by the atmosphere around you. This is why some people's words carry weight, while others do not. It is not about intelligence, eloquence, or education. It is about conviction. When someone who truly believes speaks, you can feel it. Their words carry life, energy, and certainty. Success responds to that. It does not hesitate. It does not walk slowly, it runs. The speed of success is determined by the strength of authority in your speech. The stronger the conviction, the faster success comes. The secret lies in aligning your inner belief with your outer words. Authority cannot be faked. You cannot speak powerfully on the outside while doubting on the inside and expect success to respond. True authority comes from alignment. Your heart believes, and your mouth declares what your heart has already settled. When these two are in unity, your words carry force. Success hears not only your mouth, but also the vibration of belief behind your mouth. That vibration is what compels it to run. Look at those who have risen from nothing into greatness. Their common trait is not resources, not connections, not even extraordinary skills, but the authority of their declarations. They refuse to speak like victims. They refuse to speak like the defeated. They spoke like conquerors even when everything around them looked impossible. Their voice carried authority because their belief was unshakable. And soon, success ran to them because it could not ignore that kind of conviction. Authority also grows with consistency. The more you declare with conviction, the stronger your authority becomes. Every time you speak with faith, you reinforce your inner confidence. Every time you speak with boldness, you strengthen the vibration of your words. Over time, your voice begins to carry a weight that cannot be denied. Even when you face setbacks, your authority in speech remains intact because it has been built over time. Success responds to this kind of voice with speed because it recognizes it as a tested, proven authority. Success does not respond to everyone equally. It is selective. It listens for the sound of faith, the tone of conviction, the authority of belief. You can tell yourself that success is difficult, that it takes too long, that it only comes to others, but as long as you speak without authority, success will remain distant. The moment you shift into speaking with conviction, the moment you align your heart and mouth in faith, success shifts as well. It begins to move toward you, not slowly, but running. Authority is not arrogance. It is not about boasting or trying to impress others. True authority is quiet confidence, a settled assurance, a tone that carries certainty. You do not need to convince others. When you speak with authority, the conviction in your words speaks for itself. Success recognizes this difference immediately. When you speak as one who knows it is already done, success runs because it knows there is no debate, no hesitation, no uncertainty in your voice. Every person has access to this authority, but not everyone uses it. Many diminish their own power by doubting themselves, by letting fear weaken their tone, by allowing circumstances to dictate their language. Yet those who decide to speak with conviction rise above. They choose to declare boldly even when everything around them looks contrary. They choose to speak with authority even when they feel weak inside. And in doing so, they shift their inner state until their words become unshackable. Success responds to that courage with speed. The truth is that success has no will of its own. It responds to the voice it recognizes. If it hears doubt, it hesitates. If it hears fear, it delays. If it hears authority, it runs. Your role is to cultivate that authority in your voice by feeding your belief, strengthening your confidence, and speaking with conviction daily. Over time, you will notice that what once took years to achieve begins to arrive swiftly. Success does not crawl toward those who speak with authority. It races. It runs to meet them because it knows it has found a voice it cannot resist.